Not more than 15 hours removed from the last action here in the Cassell Coliseum from Blacksburg, Virginia. It's another presentation of 3304 Sport Wrestling. Welcome in, folks. I'm Aidan Butler. Guy to my left is Ethan Owens, and we've got a great one on tap today. It's the Virginia Tech Hokies and the Gardner-Webb Bulldogs.
Absolutely. Virginia Tech's coming in today, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from last night after Ohio State beat them 17-13. Gardner-Webb, I mean, they're not as good as a team as Virginia Tech is, as Virginia Tech is ranked 8th in the nation currently. But they're up here trying to get some upsets, trying to get their season going. Obviously, both of them early in the season. Gardner-Webb 1-0, Virginia Tech 0-1. What else can you tell us about Gardner-Webb?
Gardner-Webb coming into today after a 30-3 win dominant over Belmont Abbey in their season opener. And then, of course, Virginia Tech 0-1 after that loss to Ohio State. But Virginia Tech coming in number 8 in the country, but they've still got some stiff competition to deal with today from the Bulldogs and the likes of guys like Jaquan Anderson. He impressed in that victory over Belmont Abbey with a 17-2 tech fall, and then also placed fourth at the Appalachian State Mountaineer Invitational. So Gardner-Webb, they got plenty of guys that can get the job done, but Virginia Tech, even despite the loss, still had some impressive performances last night.
Absolutely. One of them will be going against Anderson, which will be Hunter Bolin, who just looked purely dominant last night. Like, the guy he was going against couldn't do nothing, and obviously he's trying to do that again here tonight, ranked number 9 in the nation. He's trying to just keep it going, as of most of these guys are today. They're all hoping to get some wins today, and it should be a good one today here at Cassell Coliseum.
Meanwhile, of course, you've got guys along the lines of like Mekhi Lewis made his long awaited return last night, but then you've got guys in the 125 class. Sam Latona, he's going to be going against Aidan Concepcion today, who had a 6-0 decision against Belmont Abbey. So should be some great wrestling today, partner.
That's for sure.
Coming up at 1 o'clock from 3304 Sports, it's college wrestling between the Gardner-Webb Bulldogs and the Virginia Tech Hokies. Hello and welcome back to Cassell Coliseum. I'm Aidan Butler, he's Ethan Owens, and today we've got another presentation of 3304 Sports Wrestling. It's the Gardner-Webb Runnin' Bulldogs and the Virginia Tech Hokies from Cassell Coliseum in Blacksburg, Virginia. And partner, amazing wrestling last night, should be just as good today.
Absolutely. Obviously, we know this Virginia Tech team, they came here to compete. They came to get that bad taste out of their mouth today. And Gardner-Webb, they're here with not really a vengeance, going they're 0-9 against Virginia Tech all time. But they're looking to get some wins today, getting a good start to this early wrestling season.
So starting off at the 125 weight class, it's going to be for Virginia Tech, Sam Latona. And again, a wrestler who kind of exploded onto the national scene last year with a big-time upset over NC State. He fell last night to number 14, Malik Heinzelman of Ohio State in a 5-2 decision. He's going to be taking on, against the Bulldogs, Aidan Concepcion, who defeated Brandon Crowder of Belmont Abbey in a 6-0 decision in Gardner-Webb's recent contest against Belmont Abbey, which they persevered 30-3 as a team score.
Yeah, Gardner-Webb was very dominant in their last appearance. Really, their only loss was at their 57, where they've had problems with injuries, which I think they're testing out something different today. Virginia Tech obviously losing last night 17-13 against Ohio State, but I mean, that's not really anything you should be hanging your head on, because Ohio State is an excellent wrestling program, as is Virginia Tech.
Aidan Concepcion, a sophomore from Anchorage, Alaska. Talking about a flip in the geography. Went 3-9 last year for the Runnin' Bulldogs. Meanwhile, again, Sam Latona fell in his first match of the season last night to Ohio State. He went 14-3 last season. Was an NCAA All-American and an NCAA qualifier, also an ACC champion last season.
ACC Freshman of the Year as well.
As we get set to go here from Cassell Coliseum in Blacksburg, Virginia. Hokies adorned in the orange fade to gray singlets. Gardner-Webb look to be adorned in gray camouflage. And we are underway from the castle.
At 125 pounds for Gardner-Webb, Aidan Concepcion. And for the Hokies, Sam Latona.
And the 125 guys, they're going to be a little bit quicker, but also As speaking of, Concepcion has him by a leg, and a quick takedown of Latona, and Concepcion with an early 2-0 lead over number 12, Sam Latona.
It's a huge start for him right there, going against a highly ranked opponent, a guy that was awesome last year. I believe he was 4-0 before yesterday. Obviously, he lost yesterday against Ohio State.
And Latona, using that upper arm strength to break free, he gets the 1-point escape, so Concepcion leads 2-1. Latona's got him by his right leg, and Latona going to be awarded the 2-point takedown. He leads it 3-2. And partner, if you recollect back to last night's match for Latona, yeah, it was a lot of stalemate, and meanwhile we've already got a combined 5 points on the round.
The whole first round last night, it seemed like they were just going back and forth. They couldn't really get anything going, but right now it's been a lot of wrestling on both sides. They're both making moves. It's kind of surprising with, you figure Latona, would come out pretty dominant in this match, especially, NCAA All-American last year. But looks like Gardner-Webb's guy might give him a little bit of a fight.
As early whistle there, they went out of bounds. And a stoppage of play here. It looks like Concepcion and looks like we might get a blood timeout. Yes, it is just that.
Something we saw a lot of last night during that one match.
As Latona was riding Concepcion all the way on the far right end of the mat, just Latona's right leg was the only thing keeping the scuffle in bounds. I'm surprised the officials didn't call a stalemate prior.
Yeah, it seemed like they was not doing anything for a little bit, maybe 30 seconds there, but obviously there was enough movement for the ref to let it keep going, and somewhere in there, must have got a little scuffed up, had to clean up some blood.
As we will resume action here, 1:47 to go in round one. Latona with the 3-2 advantage. Concepcion will start on the bottom. Latona isn't going to let him go anywhere, trying to return him to the mat. Doesn't quite get there. How about a backflip from Concepcion, still on the mat, courtesy of Latona.
I tell you, the athleticism from these guys are crazy. They're down there doing gymnastics while entangled within each other.
Latona has Concepcion chest down on the mat. Not much going on. Refs maybe looking to call a stalemate at some point. Doesn't look like much going to come from it. Latona with his right arm locked around the neck of Concepcion. Latona does have his left leg as well. Then he'll shift, go to the full upper torso. Concepcion back on his feet for a split second. Latona not letting him go anywhere. Still 50 seconds to go in round one. Latona doesn't want to surrender that escape. Latona going for that left leg of Concepcion. Riding time up over 1:20 for the Hokies' 125-pounder. And Latona gets Concepcion back to the mat. Official was looking for maybe a shoulder to touch, but not there yet. 23 seconds to go in round one.
Doesn't look like Concepcion has much for Latona right now. Similar to what we saw with Hunter Boland yesterday. Once he started riding, there was no escaping, and Latona's got that no escape hold on him right now, that's for sure.
Latona trying to take out that right arm and looking for the pin. He doesn't have much more time to do it. 7 seconds to go. That will take him over 2 minutes of riding time for Latona, as that will do it for round one.
Interesting matchup right there in the first round. We saw some early action and then just a lot of riding from Latona. Obviously, like we were saying, Latona was very good last year. Maybe Concepcion not so much. Only 3-9 on the year last year. Latona being 14-3.
And it looks like we're going to get another, before starting round two, we're going to get another blood timeout for Concepcion. And you talk about Latona maybe coming out with a bit of a chip on his shoulder today. Number 12 in the country went down last night to number 14, Malik Heinzelman, in a 5-2 decision. And you can tell, maybe like aside from the opening seconds, Latona coming out being being the aggressor so far.
Which I think that's a lot of what we will see tonight with this highly ranked Virginia Tech team.
Latona instantly on his feet. What a nifty return to the mat by Concepcion, but Latona spins free. He'll get the escape. Concepcion had him in the air for a second. Latona didn't go down full enough to get the escape. Latona going for that right leg on the, took his shot. Now Concepcion returns the favor, has Latona's left leg. just at the top of that VT logo in center mat. Latona trying to pry him off, under a minute and a half to go. Latona has lost 9 seconds of riding time here, a minute 51 officially. 1:23 to go in round 2. Latona clinging that 4-2 advantage. Latona has him by the left leg, looking to drive him to the mat. 2-point takedown, looking for the pin. Only got 1 second of it, but Latona still leads at 6-2, and the riding time's ticking back up.
Over 2 minutes now. Obviously, that's huge. We saw what happened in the last round. I wouldn't be surprised if Concepcion don't get up the rest of this round.
And Latona got 1 second of the pin, and he's just going to let him back up. So Latona just casually cuts Concepcion loose. He'll get the 1-point escape. So Latona leads at 6-3. He's looking for a takedown here. He might get it. Driving at that left leg of Concepcion. He'll get the other takedown.
Latona is looking for the fall.
Has him by his left leg. Wanted to drive him, and just the two will go out of bounds staggeringly. Latona dominant thus far, leading 8-3. With 38 seconds to go in round 2.
Tell you, Latona let him up, and that shows what kind of aggressor he's going to be right here. He ain't looking to just ride him out. He's looking to get that pin.
38 seconds in, counting to go in round 2. Latona starts neutral, so another escape for Concepcion. Make it 8-4. Has his right leg again. Does Latona, looking to drive him, driving, and another takedown. Make it 10-4 for Latona. And your partner, you're seeing right now why he's number 12 in the country.
Absolutely. He kind of met his matchup last night. You know, they were very equally matched last night, but this is definitely showing how dominant he is and how good he can be for the Hokies this season.
Latona maybe looking to go through the back door. Nothing going. His right arm locked around the head of Concepcion, and that'll do it for round 2.
I'll tell you, Latona, he's dominant. He's ready to go. This guy's still sitting on the mat. Latona's ready to go. He's already set up.
So they will start neutral. Concepcion chose the bottom, so Latona just lets him go again. Give him the 1-point escape for Concepcion. It's 10-5 Latona. Minute 50 to go in round 3. Latona really been favoring that right leg of Concepcion. Keeps trying to take his shot. Much better defense from Concepcion this time around. They're very close to out of bounds, and it's going to be another takedown for Latona. Looked like the two were just going to hand fight out of bounds instead, as they will do that now.
Going all the way off the mat onto the Cassell basketball court.
So it's now 12-5 Latona, a minute and a half to go in round 3. Just lets him get up again, start at neutral, so make it 12-6. He's going for another takedown on the left leg, and they'll give it to him. Latona trying to get that. He wants that pin badly.
He wants it bad. He's been the aggressor. He's been ready to go.
Flips him. Here it is. 3, 2, 3, 4. Looking, does the official, and he's pinned.
Wow. Great move by Latona right there. He was the leader that whole time, and he just dominated that. Finally got the energy out of Concepcion, and he got that pin. Exactly the kind of comeback he wanted after that loss last night.
And Latona is loving it. Man, he had Concepcion in midair. All he had to do was let that shoulder fall to the mat. So the final from the 125 class, Virginia Tech takes it 15-6. Sam Latona over Aidan Concepcion. And by team points, that will give Virginia Tech a 6-0 lead over the Running Bulldogs. As we are set, we are underway from the 133 class. For Virginia Tech, Brandon Wittenberg, and for Gardner-Webb, it's going to be Todd Carter.
Didn't waste no time between matches right there.
As both just trying to feel each other out, as is. Say customary. Oh, Wittenberg has him by a right leg. Look at the drive. He's got the takedown. Carter trying to get away. Had him on his stomach. He's on his right knee now. Wittenberg doesn't want him going anywhere. Carter trying to get on his feet and escape. Was seated on the mat for a second. 2:08 to go in round 1. Just struggling to get out of bounds, it looks like. Still 3 legs in between the two wrestlers. Wittenberg doesn't want to cut him loose. And Carter will trans out of bounds.
Both these wrestlers right here, freshmen. Wittenberg hasn't had a lot of experience, only 1-2 in his career. However, Carter is 3-12 in his career.
Brandon Wittenberg out of Haymarket, Virginia. Starts on top. Carter takes the bottom. Does not want to cut him loose. Has his left arm almost like he's trying to arrest him. And they will give Carter the escape. So it's be a 2-1 lead for Wittenberg. 1:45 to go in round 1. Carter looking to go on the offensive now, take his shot. To find themselves in a deadlock top of the mat. So Carter does take a shot, got the right leg of Wittenberg, but both arms locked and make it one arm, his left arm now. Wittenberg looking to turn the tide here. Carter trying to get back on his feet. Wittenberg as the upper torso of Carter locked.
Wittenberg turned defense into offense right there.
As we approach a minute to go in round 1, as the two break it off, they'll reset. 41 seconds of riding time favoring Wittenberg. Carter takes his shot, has the waist of Wittenberg, and it's going to be a 2-point takedown for Carter. Carter leads it 3-2, 40 seconds to go in round 1. Wittenberg maybe going to look for the escape here, trying to get on his feet. He does so, trying to break the grip. Carter looking to return him. Great balance by Wittenberg. He'll get the escape.
All knotted up at 3-3, both of them getting a shot and an escape.
Wittenberg looking to return the favor, doesn't get it. Great defense by Carter. Now Carter trying to take a shot. Wittenberg has Carter's left leg. Let's go. Carter's got the upper torso of Wittenberg. Wittenberg trying to turn defense into offense. Again, the two circling, top right of the mat. As we roll under 5 seconds to go, 3, 2, 1, and that will do it for round 1, locked at 3 apiece.
This is an interesting matchup between two sophomores. Obviously, Virginia Tech usually has Meyer at 133. He's ranked 4th in the nation because they decided to switch it up a little bit today since I guess, they can assume that, they are obviously better than Gardner-Webb. So they're Wittenberg's trying to figure out, if he has a future with this team.
Corbin Meyer with a big-time decision last night over Ohio State's Dylan Kuntz, 10-2. We get set for round 2. Carter will start on the bottom. Wittenberg doesn't appear he wants to cut him loose. Carter nearly on his feet. Wittenberg trying to stay locked around that waist. Has his right leg looking to drive him down to the very bottom right of the match. Still looking for that takedown. Doesn't get it. Struggling, it looks like Carter to pull him out of bounds. Only left leg of Wittenberg is what's keeping it in. Both men on their feet and out of bounds.
Tell you, Carter almost had that escape right there, but Wittenberg just didn't let it happen, returning to the mat.
So 1:35 to go in round 2. 51 seconds of riding time favoring Wittenberg. Carter will start on the bottom. And Carter got started a little early there. They'll reset again. Wittenberg refusing the chest of Carter. Over a minute of riding time for Wittenberg. It's ticking up. 1:22 to go in round 2. How big of an escape here be for Carter with the way it's going? Has barely got it. Wittenberg got him by a right leg, drives him back down, tells him you're not going anywhere. 1:10 to go in round 2.
Wittenberg's letting him get almost there. Then we'll take Carter right back to the mat, just running up that ride time. An escape would be huge right here for Carter.
Wittenberg got him by a torso now. Just his left toe, his left tippy toe is what's keeping this one going. For the most part, they're 90% out of bounds. 47 seconds to go in round 2. Just barely in there. It'll finally be out of bounds.
He's just running up that ride time. Oh, Carter didn't have nothing for him out there. He couldn't get the escape. Surprised there was not a stalemate call right there, honestly.
It was just barely the tip of Wittenberg's shoe keeping the play going. 44.2 seconds to go in round 2 officially. And whistle blows. And I'm going to say Carter got started early again. And that'll award one to Wittenberg. He'll lead it 4-3.
Second time Carter's done that now. He got the warning the first time. Ain't letting it happen again.
So Wittenberg, even more reason not to cut Carter loose here. Ride out the rest of round 2. Carter's trying to get on his feet, whips, and still no call, and he will finally get the escape. Bit of a death roll there by Carter, and it's a great play to tie it up at 4 apiece. 20 seconds on a rolling clock. Minute 57, stop that riding time favoring Wittenberg as the two go head-to-head again. Right at center mat, 10 seconds to go. As both go to the mat, Wittenberg, again, as we've seen so often today, as that one will run out. Had the upper torso of Carter, but nothing going.
All knotted up at 4-4 after the end of the second round. However, a minute 57 favoring Wittenberg.
As we get start for round 3 here. So Wittenberg will take the bottom to start. An escape would be huge here, and Carter not even going to try, just cuts him loose.
He's looking for the takedown.
Meanwhile, Wittenberg doing likewise, has Carter's left leg trying to drive. Carter retaliates, has the bottom waist of Carter, and Carter's upside down essentially. Both legs locked around the upper arms of Wittenberg. Wittenberg leads at 5-4. A minute 40 to go in round 3, no riding time. Wittenberg trying to roll free. What kind of human pretzel is going on down there?
They're flexible. That is one thing. That's insane how flexible these guys are.
A minute and a half to go, Wittenberg, and they roll out of bounds. Wow.
They were all knotted up right there, literally.
So as they start neutral, 5-4. Wittenberg leads. A minute 15 to go in round 3. Carter wanted a shot, doesn't get it, crashes to the mat, jumps right back up. Now he's looking for it, has Wittenberg's right leg. Wittenberg looking for the back door here. He has Carter's left ankle. Very inching their way back to center mat, and you wonder if Wittenberg's just trying to ride this one out.
I would assume so.
And there is your stalemate call.
I would assume so, but one takedown by Carter, and this thing will be tied up, assuming riding time.
Stopped at a minute 57. They'll start neutral. Under 50 seconds to go in round 3. Carter looking for that shot, doesn't get it. Wittenberg nearly had him in a headlock. He's got his waist now. Carter, both arms, got both thighs of Wittenberg. 30 seconds to go. Carter breaks, both guys break out of it. They both let each other go. And that's going to be a 2-point takedown. Carter got Wittenberg on his rear, and stalemate called.
Wow. What a play right there with 20 seconds left in the round. 6-5, favor of Carter. However, Wittenberg does have that ride time.
And
we're looking at potential overtime right here.
And he's going to get the start on the bottom here.
He's going to look for that quick escape to possibly win in this round.
If he's going to break free, he's got 20.4 seconds to do it. Carter leads at 6-4. Wittenberg struggling to get on his feet.
Carter's
has one knee on the mat. 15 seconds to go. Trying to shake off Carter on his feet. Trying to break free. Carter nearly gets him down again. 6, 5, 4. And Carter got ideal positioning here. The riding time ticks down.
Wow.
And the 133 belongs to Gardner-Webb. Oh, no, it looks like.
Riding time.
Yeah,
Extra
and
point.
the riding time. Never
Ties it up.
mind. The riding time, that pays dividends for Wittenberg. We have overtime going on to round 4 of the 133 class. They start neutral, 6 apiece.
Can't forget about that riding
Between
time.
Carter
It's
and
so
Wittenberg.
essential.
Wittenberg shooting his shot. Has Carter in the air, looking to drive. It's fairly neutral ground from the looks of it. Carter on the bottom. Jaws from both benches and the fan bases alike. Whistle, stalemate.
Yeah, that riding time came in essential right there for Wittenberg to force us into overtime. He had that. Carter made the play that he had to tie it up, and now we're getting some extra wrestling right here.
Some free extra wrestling. Who can say no to that? As Wittenberg going right back at it, has Carter's left leg, driving him on the mat for a second. It's going to be a 2-point takedown. Excellent reverse for Carter, and that'll do it.
It looked like Wittenberg had the control right there, but Carter just reversed it on him real quick and got the 2-point takedown for the win.
So the final, Carter takes down Wittenberg 8-6. And with that decision, Gardner-Webb as a team gets on the board for the first time today. They trail the Hokies 3-6.
That was exactly what they needed. If they plan on winning anything today, you got to get up just as quick, give blows back and forth. Obviously, that's one for Tech, that if they would have put the number 4 ranked wrestler in the nation out there, obviously that goes a little bit different if you're Virginia Tech, but excellent on both sides right there. Carter coming up late with that clutch takedown, and that was some excellent wrestling right there.
As we got the 141 class up next, partner, who we got?
Looks like Colin Girardi for Virginia Tech and Trayvon Majette for Gardner-Webb.
Trayvon Majette, the redshirt junior out of Chesapeake, Virginia. Overall career record 32-28, went 5-3 last season. Meanwhile, Colin Girardi, a redshirt junior out of Powhatan, Virginia. Overall career of 19-12. He went 5-1 last season. Of course, we get set to go here. Virginia Tech, led by Tony Roby in his 5th year as head coach. Meanwhile, for Gardner-Webb, Daniel Elliott, the head man of the Runnin' Bulldogs, in his 9th year as head coach.
I'll tell you, I'm still not over that last match. That was crazy.
Oh, it was a great match indeed. So speaking of Colin Girardi, did wrestle last night. Did shut out Dylan D'Amelio of the Ohio State Buckeyes 4-0. Excuse me, lost to Dylan D'Amelio of Ohio State 4-0.
Majette won his match in their other duel of the year, 10-6
against Belmont Abbey. And talk about how lightning quick they were moving on from the 125 to the 133. They're taking their time getting set for the 141.
Yeah, last time there was no time. We didn't even get really a chance to recap, and now they're going pretty slow right here. Obviously, got to take a little bit of a break every now and then. More on Girardi. 2020 NCAA qualifier. Got the automatic bid from placing 5th at the ACC tournament. 4-time VHSL state champion from Powhatan, Virginia.
And still taking their time to get going here. So after today, Virginia Tech, they'll hit the road December 4th to Columbus, Missouri, where they'll take on both Northern Iowa and the Missouri Tigers. 2 powerhouses when it comes to wrestling.
And Gardner-Webb, they have a dreaded one next week against NC State, which, I mean, we know NC State's huge in wrestling, especially here in the ACC, arguably the best team. So they're going from one powerhouse in the ACC to another.
Yeah, it would be a great test for Gardner-Webb, back-to-back ACC opponents. As now we finally get going here in the 141 class.
At 141 pounds for Gardner-Webb, Trayvon Majette. And for the Hokies, Colin Girardi.
And both wrestlers, again, as is typical. Girardi looked to take a shot for a second, but great recognition by Majette. The two just deadlock center mat. 2:20 to go in round one. As the two still deadlocked at center mat. They shove off. Majette going for a more defensive mindset here. Girardi keeps looking to take a shot, can't find one.
It's crazy how different the atmosphere is in here today compared to last night.
Significantly smaller crowd today.
And last night, a huge top 10 matchup. You could feel the energy flowing through the stadium.
Of course, 1 o'clock start time today. Virginia Tech, as a school, busy today. They've got wrestling now. They've got women's basketball at 5 o'clock, and then the men's football team in action at Miami tonight at 7:30.
Basketball playing a little over 24 hours from now as well.
As finally some offense, Majette had the upper torso of Girardi for a split second. Girardi trying to break free. Majette couldn't follow up the advantage. Just great strength and positioning by Girardi.
I'll tell you, Majette
And
looks
there
like
we get a stalemate.
Majette looks like a big 141. That's looking at him from here. He's a pretty big guy, pretty muscular.
As we reset, still scoreless here in round one, 50 seconds to go. And Girardi looked for that shot again, just couldn't find anything. Again, got shut out last night by his adversary from Ohio State, Dylan D'Amelio. The two shove off again. We approach 30 seconds to go in round one. Two still just locked over center mat. Majette says, get off me to Girardi. Girardi looking to square him, looking to size him up again. 20 seconds to go. We've already talked about how much offense we saw in the previous two matches, and what we're getting right now, 10 seconds to go, still nothing.
We maybe seen a shot apiece so far. These guys, they're just locked up, and they can't get anything going. They seem pretty evenly matched, but we've said that plenty of times in the last 2 days, and something crazy will happen once, someone gets the top or bottom advantage, but they look pretty evenly matched right now, just kind of locked up, didn't really have any chances to take any shots against each other.
I'm not sure if you heard it over there, but Majette chose neutral position to start round two, and that is how it will be. Wonder what how neutral it is. You wonder why he didn't try and get the escape, but
Feels like an escape point would be very essential right now. You're just trying to get any point on the board you can. 0-0, 20 seconds to this second round, no riding time for either person.
Majette looked like he was going to try to go down through the back door of Girardi, but nothing going. And Girardi shoves him off. Minute 19 to go in round two. As both men go to the mat to try and get an angle. Nothing going. Majette firmly has the right arm of Girardi.
They're trying to switch up from what they're doing because they seem evenly matched in the standing position. They might try to get down a little bit lower.
And get a stalemate.
I'll tell you, that's in the story of this match so far.
Talk about Sam Latona comes out, dominates with a pin.
Electrifying match at the 133.
And finally, Girardi has the left leg of Majette looking to drive. First successful shot has him standing, trying to drive him.
Great defense right there by Majette.
As the two roll out of bounds.
Looked like Girardi could have got some points right there, but Majette just did the exact move he needed to not give up those 2 points. Now they're back in the middle, locked up exactly how they have been for the first 4.5 minutes of this match.
23 seconds to go in round two, still scoreless, no riding time for anyone. Girardi just looking for anything. Majette playing much more of a defensive role in this match, and it's working out for him. Girardi tried to take a shot at the left leg of Majette, couldn't get there. 3, 2, 1, and that'll do it for round 2.
All locked up. Girardi looks like he wants the bottom position. Probably smart right there.
It looks like any point will win it if round 3 goes the way it has, the way the previous 2 rounds have gone.
Obviously, if you're Majette, you're trying to get up that riding time, at least over a minute.
Girardi on his feet in an instant, trying to break the grip of Majette, and he'll
does.
do so.
First point of the match. 5 minutes in.
So Girardi with the 1-0 lead off the escape. 1:45 to go in round 3. Wonder if Girardi will try to switch it up for a defensive role here or look to get Majette to the mat to ride it out. Majette finally trying to go on the offensive. Nothing going. Both men's arms locked. They'll back off. 1:30 to go in round 3. Both guys shimmying, looking for any little advantage they can find.
No, Majette's going to have to get a little bit more aggressive. He's down now. Only 1:15 remaining.
Running time does favor him, but with only 6 seconds off the escape, taking his shot is Girardi. Had the left thigh of Majette for a split second, let go just as quickly. Majette shoved him off. Not much going here. Under a minute to go in round 3. Girardi with that 1-0 lead. And partner, ref must have read my mind. I was just about to say, you think we get a stalemate call soon, and there it comes.
Much needed call. Says, I believe Girardi's just going to probably try to just keep defending. He's going to make Majette make the moves.
Not a bad decision as the pressure is on Majette here to make something happen with 40 seconds to go in round 3.
Girardi's just blocking blow by blow. Obviously, a takedown right here for Majette would likely win it with only 30 seconds remaining.
Majette looking for something. Quick feet by Girardi, breaks free. 25 seconds to go. Majette has to take any shot he can. 20 seconds to go. Still a 1-0 lead for Girardi. 15 seconds. Majette tried to take a shot. Girardi got the upper torso of Majette. 10 seconds to go. Majette's got to do something. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, 5. Majette on his feet. 3, 2, 1.
Polar opposite matches from the 33 to the 41. Saw all the action in the last match.
Talk about a defensive slugfest.
Only point is the escape.
The escape.
So that makes you really wonder, what was Majette thinking not going down at the beginning of that second round?
So with that 1-0 decision by the skin of his teeth, Girardi,
Virginia Tech taking a
9-3 advantage for
lead.
Virginia Tech. As we move into the 149s, who we got on tap, partner? Well, there it goes again. They just get right at it.
We got Kylan Montgomery for Virginia Tech. For Gardner-Webb, we got Brandon Bright.
Part of the 149 class. Again, both men trying to get each other up. Kylan Montgomery, a true freshman from Mascoutah, Illinois. 2-time regional champion and sectional champion in high school.
Montgomery's first time competing at Cassell.
True freshman. Again, going up against Brandon Bright of the Running Bulldogs. Still nothing thus far. Bright takes his shot. Montgomery grabs his torso. Trying to keep him away. Maybe a stalemate call coming soon, but still nothing yet. And there it is.
Good call.
With 1:57 to go in round 1. Brandon Bright, the redshirt junior out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Career record of 29-42, 3-4 last season. As Bright looking to take his shot, doesn't get it. Great defense by the young Montgomery thus far. Minute and a half to go in the 149 round 1 weight class.
Brandon Bright's 1-0 in duels this year, beating his opponent at Belmont Abbey 10-3.
Montgomery, Brandon Bright looking to take his shot. Montgomery doing likewise. Only his left toe is what's keeping it in play. Tucks it in, try to get leverage. It's going to be out of bounds. They'll reset. Ooh, and what a nifty move. It's going to be a takedown for Bright. Fast, quick, and in a hurry. Going to build on that riding time. He leads it 2-0. 55 seconds to go in round one. Montgomery trying to get on his feet. Bright wrapped around his waist. Gets him back on the mat. Montgomery trying to get some leverage and get on his feet. 35 seconds to go. Running time ticking up for Bright. Over 30 seconds gets him back to the mat. 25 seconds to go in round one. If it stays this way, Bright's going to go up over a minute of riding time. Oh, he's looking for that pin. He might get it. It's going to be close. Montgomery struggling to get up, just barely avoids it. 10 seconds to go. He's on his feet, trying to break the grip, and he just barely does. It's going to be out of bounds with 5 seconds to go.
Didn't get the escape point, but I don't think that's what he's worried about. He almost got pinned right there.
59 seconds of riding time for Bright, and 5 seconds to go in round one. In 5 seconds, Bright, you're just content to not let him go. Montgomery, he wants the one escape on his feet. That's a second to break the grip, and doesn't look like he'll get it.
2-0 advantage for Bright.
And over a minute of riding time.
They didn't come and play much yesterday, but it already has once today, sending that 33 match into overtime earlier.
So Montgomery will take the bottom to start round two. On his feet instantly. Was in the air for a second. Bright returns him back to the mat. Just building on that riding time. 1:50 to go in round two. And not much going here. Montgomery still trying to get up. Only had two arms available. Bright takes away the use of his right. You wonder if the officials maybe kind of call stalemate at some point soon. Over a minute and a half of riding time for Bright. He wants that pin again. Montgomery trying to bridge.
Bright's
just couldn't get away. Bright just dominant thus far.
Doesn't look like Montgomery has anything for him. As he's just on the mat right now, just trying anything to escape that grip as the riding time's over 2 minutes now, with a minute remaining still in the second round.
Montgomery does get on his feet, and he'll finally get the escape. But he's going to have to be aggressive here. He's down 2-1 and facing 2 minutes of riding time. Montgomery going to have to try and be the aggressor here. 45 seconds to go. He trails 2-1. Montgomery going to back off and resize him up. Right, taking a bit of a lunging stance to look for his shot. 25 seconds to go in round two. Bright took a shot, doesn't get it. $15 seconds to go in round two. 2-1 lead for Bright. Has Montgomery's right leg. Montgomery with the right of Bright. That's going to be no call on and they do get the takedown. Late reaction by the official, but it does come.
Good move right there with less than 10 seconds left to take the lead 3-2. However, that riding time at 1:59.
So as we move to round three, Montgomery with that 3-2 advantage. Bright will be on the bottom to start, and I'd say, what do you say, partner? If you're Montgomery, I think you take away that riding time.
Yeah, you're trying to ride this out right here.
Everything in your ability to keep him from getting up. Bright has one knee on the ground, one leg sprawled. It goes back in a fetal position. Riding time's ticking down, and that's exactly what you want if you're Montgomery.
He's obviously trying to tick that down below a minute, and then he would have the advantage 3-2. Obviously, right now he has the advantage, but That riding time is huge in this college wrestling, something that's not around in most high school wrestling.
Bright up on barely all fours. Montgomery trying to take him back to the mat, kick out that right leg. Looking to bridge was Bright. Montgomery almost had him in a pin move for a second. That riding time still ticking down.
Down to 1:10.
And both officials just got ready on the whistles to call stalemate. Should it come, 1:05 to go in round 3. And Montgomery takes him under a minute of riding time.
That's exactly what he needed right there. Only a minute remaining in this round. He's just looking to ride him out and take this win.
48 seconds to go. There's a stalling warning. It looks like stalling warning called on Bright earlier. It's going to be close. Oh, just barely escaping the pin is Bright, but it will be a 2-point takedown. Near fall, excuse me. 2-point near fall as they go out of bounds, and a 5-2 lead for Montgomery.
I thought he had the pin. Obviously got the points for the near fall, but it's turned around for Montgomery real quick in this round.
25 seconds to go in round 3, and then under 24 seconds of riding time. What a turnaround. What an amazing turnaround for Montgomery. As Bright going to take the bottom here, whistle, and Bright got started early.
Didn't look like Montgomery had anything for the first 2 rounds. I guess he savored that energy a little bit because he has been dominant here in the 3rd round, and all that matters is that score in the end.
They'll reset the clock. A couple of seconds bleeded off. Be 20. Yeah, had 25.4. They get it right. 25 seconds officially. Remaining in round 3. Bright takes the bottom, and Montgomery doesn't want him to go anywhere. He wants to ride this one out.
He very well could with only
20 seconds
remaining.
to go. Montgomery, the true freshman, 10 seconds away from his first victory in Cassell. Oh, he's got him in the air. Montgomery on Bright for the piggyback ride. Rolls, and that'll do it.
And that's a good
And
win.
the new kid on the block with his first ever victory in Cassell Coliseum.
It's a great win right there for Montgomery. Obviously, Virginia Tech trying to throw some different guys out there today, and it worked out for Montgomery right there. You can tell how happy he is right now. See that win for the home crowd, as he just had an excellent match, excellent 3rd round, and you can tell how happy he is to get that first win in Cassell.
And with that decision, pushes the Virginia Tech advantage to 9, 12-3, as now we ready for the 157 class. As it looks like we're going to have a quick stoppage of play here. Both squads going to take a break. We'll take it with them. You're listening to College Wrestling on 3304 Sports. And welcome back into 3304 Sport Wrestling between the Hokies and the Running Bulldogs as we are underway in the 157 weight class. For Gardner-Webb, it's Tyler Brignola, and for Virginia Tech, Connor Brady, who was instrumental last night for Virginia Tech. Connor Brady, ranked number 29 in the country, took the decision over Ohio State's Bryce Hepner 3-2 last night.
At this 157 position for Gardner-Webb, they've had some injury issues. They've had a couple different guys starting at that position this week.
As Brady driving in an early takedown on the back of Brignola. So an early 2-0 advantage with 2:15 to go in round 1. I wonder if Brady will look to follow it up with a pin or just extend that riding time up at 20 seconds now. Working is Brady, looking to try to get that shoulder. Official watching closely. Brady looking for the pin. Official tracking it very quickly. Brady giving Brignola nowhere to go. And it stays that way. Brady locked around the midsection of Brignola, not letting him go anywhere, as that'll put him over a minute of riding time with under a minute and a half to go in round 1.
Brignola, true freshman out here. Not the first we've had today.
Out of Fairhaven, New Jersey. Oh, it's going to be close. They're just barely inbounds. Just barely. Brady trying to keep Brignola inbounds. He wants that pin.
He's working on him.
1:05 to go in round one. The official watching closely. And Brady trying to keep Brignola from getting out of bounds, and he will just barely.
It's what you needed right there for Brignola because he was near getting pinned.
And Brady knew what was up. He was struggling to keep him in bounds as Brignola will start on the bottom. 57.2 seconds to go in round one. You think Brady's not going to let him go anywhere. Continue not to let him go anywhere. 50 seconds to go in round one. 1:40 of riding time for Brady. Brady, an NCAA qualifier last year, an all-ACC academic team for Virginia Tech. Placed third at the ACC championship.
Ranked 29th on Intermat.
He's ready. He works from left to right, looking for better positioning. Doesn't get it. And then just jumps over the back end of Brignola. How about the athleticism of Brady? Over 2 minutes of riding time now with 17 seconds to go in round one. Looks like Brady, he wants a major decision. The ref watching closely. He's practically right next to him. 5 seconds to go. 2:24 of riding time. Not enough time to get the pin from the looks of it. And that'll do it for round one of the 157s between Brignola and Brady. Brady with the 2-0 lead and 2:27 of riding time.
Brady got that quick takedown and then just rode him out the rest of that round. Clearly, he's got an advantage over this guy.
And Brady, with the option, takes the bottom, maybe looking to expand on that lead. Brignola, nifty here, and a somersault to get the escape by Brady.
Man, that was a pretty awesome move to get out of that break right there.
1:40 to go in round two. Brady likely to go on the offensive again. Has Brignola by his upper torso. Brignola wanted a shot, couldn't get it. Brady just refusing to let go. Has him by the right leg, drives him, and it's going to be a takedown.
That riding time's ticking back up once again with Brady leading 5-0.
And just barely out of bounds. Brignola looks like he's going to try and inch his way out of bounds again. And Brady, we've seen, that's like the third time he's done that. He's on one side of Brignola and then just leaps to the other. Try and get better leverage. To barely out of bounds at the bottom right of the mat. 1:05 to go in round two. And out of bounds. With an even 1 minute to go in round two. 2:48 of riding time for Brady. My goodness.
Yeah, every time he gets a takedown, Brignola don't have any moves to get it back out of it like Brady did with that crazy somersault.
Well, we still can never tell. Montgomery for Virginia Tech looked be dead to right in the previous weight class, but came back in the third round as Brady just cuts Brignola loose, give him the 1 point escape. So wipe that goose egg off the scoreboard for Brignola. It's 5-1 Brady.
I'm thinking Brady's wanting some more points here.
42 seconds to go. Brady has the torso of Brignola. Goes down to a knee on the mat, looking to take Brignola with him. Riding time stopped at 2:49. Brady looking to fix that, cuts him loose. 25 seconds to go in round two. Brady looking for a shot. Brignola likewise, nothing coming. 15 seconds to go in round two. The two just looking for something. Don't know if there's enough time to get it done. Brady had the right leg of Brignola for a second, but not enough time. As that'll do it for round two. 5-1, Brady leads it with 2:49 of riding time.
Be interesting to see right here if Brady just lets him up once again, or if he tries to start getting some more takedowns in this third round.
If he's going to try to get the take, and he will, call it partner, just lets him up. So the 1 point escape for Brignola, 5-2 lead for Brady. I was thinking how the way that first round went, he just tried to ride it out.
Well, he's got 2 minutes and 50 seconds of riding time. Now he's suddenly just letting him get up.
Two squaring each other up. Just below that white VT center mat logo. 1:35 to go in round three. Brady has him by the waist and drives him for the takedown. And he lets him right back up, so escape in return for Brignola. The lead is 7-3, Brady. 2:55 of riding time, going at him again. Brignola had him, and it's going to be another takedown.
Quick work.
Back-to-back takedowns. And I wonder if he just lets him up again, and he does. So the escape, make it 9-4, Brady, over 3 minutes of riding time. Under a minute to go. Man, Brignola's just, I think the only way he gets out of this with a victory is if he gets the pin, which, given the way Brady's put up a fight, it's easier said than done. Has his left leg and pile drives him. Return to sender. 2-point takedown for Brady, and it's an 11-4 advantage. $11-4 is the lead for Brady. The riding time ticking up, 30 seconds to go in round 3. Redshirt sophomore from Powell, Ohio, and ranked number 29 in the country, showing why right now. 20 seconds to go. Just keeping Brignola firmly planted on the mat. I don't know if there's enough time for the pin. The ref's looking for it. 5 seconds to go. 3:42 of riding time. And that will do it.
Brady looked dominant that whole match, taking a 12-4 win.
Yeah, tack on the extra point for the riding time, and a major decision for the Hokies. They lead at 16-3.
It's the kind of lead you expected coming in today, with Virginia Tech matching up with the great Ohio State so well last night.
Wow, Connor Brady putting on a clinic out there.
Oh yeah, he ran up that score quick. You blink, you miss, you run and go grab some popcorn for less than 30 seconds, and
you come back, look at where the score is.
Yeah.
So as it stands, by team score, Virginia Tech 16-3, off the major decision by Brady over Brignola. As coming up next, we have the 165 weight class, and partner, turn it over to you for the rest of this evening's festivities.
Absolutely. Excited to get to watch it happen the rest of the day. It's been a great first half of wrestling, as we saw last night, too. It's been a great 2 days in Cassell. I've had so much fun doing this. How about you?
Oh, this has been awesome, partner.
Next at 165, we got Clayton Yearley for Virginia Tech. Gardner-Webb, we got R.J. Mosley. Mosley, a redshirt junior, I believe, early, a sophomore. True freshman last year, went 6-1. For Mosley, he went 9-2 last year. Career record of 45-24. So he's got a lot of wins under his belt. See what he can do against a sophomore here in Blacksburg today.
Clayton Ulray, a true sophomore from Granville, Pennsylvania, went 6-1 as a true freshman last year. Competed in the 157 last year, so he's certainly put on some muscle.
Like we mentioned yesterday, obviously last year 165, you wasn't winning no wrestle off with Mekhi Lewis, but obviously Mekhi Lewis has also moved up now. So Early's had a little bit of slack. He could put on some more muscle, didn't have to cut as much weight this year. Getting that 165 position, seeing what he can do as a true sophomore.
Clayton Ulray lost by decision 5-2 to number 10 in the country, Carson Karshla of Ohio State last night. As we get set to go here.
Taking a little bit of a longer break here once again. As during most sports, you have a halftime right about now. Wrestling, you get about 1 or 2 minutes, and we're right back into the action. One of my favorite things about the sport.
R.J. Mosley did not. Oh no, it appears he did. Appears he did play against Belmont Abbey, listed as Roderick Mosley. Full name, I guess. He defeated John Dean of Belmont Abbey by a 5-1 decision.
Mosley's 1-0 in duels this year. Early, like we said, lost last night, 0-1 in duels. Obviously, they've done some tournaments and stuff, but duels are just really exciting when it comes down to team events.
Of course, a busy day across college sports, a college football Saturday. The busy day, and again, we're in basketball. Wrestling season started up, early stages of basketball season, football season winding down, so many sports.
I mean, for our 3304 sports program, I believe this is the busiest busiest week they've ever had as we get started here at the 165. Nothing so far, just a couple blocked shots by both guys.
R.J. Mosley, career record of 45-24, 9-2 last season. Midwestern fella out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
As Ulray takes a shot, he's trying to get those points, but Mosley just didn't let it happen.
Great recovery and defense by Mosley.
He's taking him down, but he still just has enough to where the ref can award early those points, as they will go out of bounds, and he will award Ulray the 2-point takedown after a lot of defense by Mosley, but he just didn't have anywhere else to go but out of bounds. And it appears there will be a blood timeout, maybe.
Oh, no, it looks like we're going to get a review here.
Oh, okay. Didn't catch that. I could see why. They were close to going out of bounds, and he called it right at the end. It'll be interesting to see what they call right here.
You know, Barney, we were discussing giving background on the match as the two were just locked up, and then all of a sudden, Ulray
took a couple shots.
Like a bat out of hell, but talk about amazing, spectacular defense from Mosby, doing everything in the book to avoid getting called on the takedown.
He did everything he can, and obviously, if they take these points away from Ulray, he's done. They're back knotted up 0-0 at center mat. So they're taking a minute to review.
Had two big review calls. Last night did the Hokies against Ohio State.
They're not showing anything on the board right now, so I can't give you my opinion on if I believe it's in or out, but
good decision on the review, as Mosley was just trying to get away from Ulray, get the out-of-bounds call to avoid giving up that takedown. So
let's see how it plays out, as the refs are taking a minute to make sure they got the right call.
It was called a takedown on the mat. The official ruling is the takedown. It's indisputable evidence to overturn, and looks like we're going to get the call here. No takedown.
No takedown. Very interesting call, as Ulray had a couple shots right there.
It was a fairly late signal from the official.
Yeah, they were already out of bounds, however, he signaled it the takedown. I can see why they took that away. Obviously, we didn't get to see the replay, but if you're going to do the review, obviously they got it right.
Again, Ulray nearly had him a couple times, just very timely defense from Mosley.
Mosley's definitely a great defender. You can tell that right now, as Ulray's taking shots after shot, as he will get his legs and get the 2 points. Mosley, he defended off a shot by Ulray and immediately went in for his own and got the 2. Mosley leading 2-0, and he is riding Ulray. Up to 15 seconds ride time now.
And Barney, you talk about blinking, you'll miss it. I blinked, and I missed it.
Yeah, that was certainly quick. He went in. Ulray went in for a quick shot, and Mosley just perfectly defended it, so they will go out of bounds. Mosley, 2-0 advantage, 30 seconds of riding time, going back to the center of the mat with Ulray still on the bottom. As
and they're going to say Ulray got started early.
Ulray got started early, as we've seen a couple times today. Got the warning.
And again, like both teams, with something to prove today. Virginia Tech looking to put that loss to Ohio State last night behind them. Meanwhile, Grambling State coming in against Virginia Tech, probably hearing a lot of the outside talk, knowing you're not entirely favored, and with a chip on their shoulder, coming in with something to prove.
As Ulray will finally get the escape after 45 seconds, score 2-1, favoring Gardner-Webb's Mosley. So they're all locked up again. And you can tell these are two good wrestlers right here. Both locked up around the necks, trying to get anything they can. Both good defenders, obviously. Olray takes a shot, but Mosley will get it right out of the way. 15 seconds remaining in this first round. So they will lock up again with 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Into round 1. Gardner-Webb's Mosley leading 2-1 over Virginia Tech's Olray. Mosley's choosing the bottom position.
So what do you do here? So Olray, you at least let it ride it out for a little bit, take away some of that riding time.
Absolutely. Trying to get rid of that riding time. If you're Mosley, you're trying to get that quick escape to go up 2 points. As he almost escapes, Olray returns him to the mat. They're somersaulting out of bounds.
Tell you, partner, some of these moves you've seen tonight looking like a circus act.
Yeah, it's crazy how athletic and flexible these guys are, while also having to be strong, and it's amazing. As Olray will get back on top in the center of the mat.
Exactly what you want if you're Olray, bleeding away that riding time.
As for Mosley, he's standing back on his feet, and he will get the escape, taking a 3-1 lead. Getting lower on the ground. He takes a shot, gets defended. They're both on the ground now, locked up, and they're back up. Olray's trying to get it done, got his left leg. He's slowly taking him down, and he will be awarded 2 for the takedown.
And we talking about how Mosley was making all the right moves earlier to avoid the takedown, just couldn't get it done there.
Defense fell a little bit, and Olray took advantage as Mosley will return him right back on it and get the 2 for himself, now leading 5-3, advantage Gardner-Webb.
First reversal we've seen all night.
And that'll be a point for the escape by Olray. 5-4 after the reversal by Mosley and escape by Olray.
Very flashy round 2 here.
So at the beginning of the first round, they're down on the ground a little bit. Now they're more, or up in the air a little bit. Now they're more down on the ground, getting more shots. They're all locked up again at the center of the mat with 20 seconds remaining in the second round.
And we're going to get a blood timeout.
Blood timeout.
And that's going to be for Olray.
Olray's bleeding a little bit. With only 8 seconds remaining in this round, obviously you have to stop play. And he will go right back at it.
That was the fastest blood time. That's the fastest blood timeout I've ever seen.
Looked like he just had a little bit of nosebleed. Nothing, no gashes or anything. So quick cleanup, and they're right back at it as this second round will end 5-4. Advantage Mosley of Gardner-Webb. Olray's down as he will take bottom position at the beginning of this third round. He's trying to get that quick escape and tie it up, and then it'll be all knotted up with under 2 minutes remaining. He's standing up slowly, trying to fight off his hands, and he will escape. 5-5 with 1:48 remaining as Mosley goes right back at him, tries to get him down, and he does. Gets the 2-point takedown and will take a pivotal 7-5 lead. As Olray is struggling.
It's punch counter punch out there. Normally what we've seen is it'll take some time before another guy can return the favor, but this one, it's been blow for blow with the two.
So they go out of bounds. I'll tell you a big thing, Mosley's got 38 seconds of riding time. He's still on top after they went out of bounds.
And it looks like we're going to get another blood timeout.
Olray's still bleeding. I'll tell you, that was some quick offense by both wrestlers right there.
Yeah, we've seen so far today how methodical wrestling can be, but then you've got this.
We've seen so many different things in the last 2 days. It's like every match is so different, and it's awesome as they will get resumed again Ulray's trying to get that escape, get that point, because he's got to do something. But he's down on the ground. He's going to have a hard time getting out of that as he's fighting, trying,
Some big riding
slowly
time.
getting up.
Some big riding time seconds for Mosley here.
Up to 55 seconds of riding time. He's slowly getting up, and he's trying to break free, and he does
Shoved him
with
off.
exactly 1 minute on the riding time. Obviously, Ulray needs the takedown if he plans on winning this with under a minute remaining. So they are all knotted up. 50 seconds remaining. He's trying in. He goes for his leg. He misses it. And Mosley will get the 2.
Talk about a great play by Mosley. Just dodged him there.
He dodged him, turned it down on him. Now he's got him down on the ground.
Turned defense into offense.
Absolutely. And that should more than likely be it for Urlay of Virginia Tech. There's still 24 seconds remaining. A lot can happen, but that's a big lead.
Gets the escape.
He gets the escape, only down 2. Tries to go for a quick takedown, but obviously Mosley's ready. He's trying to just defend as there is only 10 seconds remaining. Urlay's going to have to do something quick. And I don't believe he will, as Gardner-Webb will get their second win of the day, taking the score to 16-6, winning the 165.
Tack on extra point for riding time. 10-7 the final for the 165.
Playing Bring It Out here in the stadium, and
here comes that man again.
they're bringing out the guy for Virginia Tech, 2019 national champion, Mekhi Lewis. Redshirt junior, ranked number 4th on Intermat. For Gardner-Webb, we got Evan Shank.
Evan Shank with a 5-0 decision over Christos Avgeros of Belmont Abbey.
Went 4-6 last year, career record of 43-56, and we'll get a quick start right here as Mekhi Lewis is trying to make some quick work. Already has 2.
That was 7 seconds.
7 seconds in, and he's already got 2 on the board, and he just lets him up. He's going. He wants it right here. As Shank will come right back for Lewis, try to grab his leg, but Lewis is just defending him off. 2-1's the score. 25 seconds here into this first round. As both of them have one leg, I could see a stalemate getting called right here unless Lewis tries to make some kind of move.
And there's your stalemate, partner.
I mean, you can see it come. Both of them had one leg. There was nothing they could do right there as they will set back up in the standing position at center mat. Lewis with some quick offense here in the first round.
So quick. I don't even think Shank was ready for it.
I don't think he was
it.
either. As he goes for another shot, but Shank defends him off.
Shank, a redshirt senior from Paynesville, Ohio. Went 13-18 last season.
Shank's making a move on Lewis. He's got his leg, trying to take him down.
And no takedown call.
And Lewis reverses it and gets the 2 points. Shank almost had him, and Lewis just makes that quick move to turn those points of Shank into Lewis's, and it'll be a 4-1 lead for Lewis.
And Lewis, great positioning here, and that riding time's ticking up on the scoreboard.
So I would imagine he's just going to ride him for a while here. He's got him all the way down on the mat. Shank ain't going to be able to do anything. As Lewis will try to flip him over. Trying to get under him. See what he can do. Shank's just trying to get up. Trying to get out of that grasp of the national champion.
It looks like a stalling warning going to be called on Shank.
I can see that he's not making any moves, but he's also being dominated. I'm not sure there's much he can do, as Lewis almost has him in an arm bar, driving his head into his arm, just trying anything to flip him over. And
over a minute of riding time.
He's got his arms through his crotch.
Trying to go through the back door is Lewis. Get him on his back for the pin.
Trying everything. Got one one arm around his leg, the other one around his upper torso area, just trying to flip him over. And he does. He's got him on his back. He's waiting for the call, and it must have not been clear.
Man, Mekhi Lewis only needed one more second. But they do award him the near fall, so push it to an 8-1 advantage.
As they're showing off Mekhi's national championship banner. 8-1 advantage at the end of the first round. I thought he had the pin. Obviously, he didn't have enough time to get it done, but
still great work to get the near fall, though.
Absolutely, as he take a huge 8-1 lead, as he may be looking for tech fall at this point. Lewis started at the bottom position, got the quick escape, take it to 9-1.
Easily broke the grasp of Shank there.
As he goes for Shank, trying to get the points on him, as both of them will have a leg.
Wow.
And that'll be 2 for Mekhi Lewis, as no matter how hard Shank tries to take him down, he just can't do it.
They were both in the same position, just Shank was on the ground. Mekhi Lewis had the leverage of being on his feet.
Obviously, Shank's only point of the match coming from Mekhi just kind of letting him have it. The headgear will fly off Shank.
Shank lost his headgear.
And they will continue wrestling with a 1:05 left in the second round as Lewis just runs up that ride time to above
Shank
2
trying
minutes.
to pull him out of bounds, and he will.
They will. I would assume he'll reset his headgear here real quick, as Lewis has a dominant 10-point lead here halfway through the second round. Lewis starting on top once again. Lets him escape, gets another point, 11-2, but he immediately goes right back for his leg and drives him to the ground.
Doesn't have enough control for the takedown yet.
And
Never
he does
mind.
now. And that's 2 more points for Mekhi Lewis, 13-2, as this may be the most lopsided match we've seen all day, as he just lets him up again. 13-3, still a 10-point lead. Starting the upper position at center mat. Only 30 seconds remaining here in the second round. Shank tries for something on Lewis, but Lewis is looking to get some more points up right here. Shank just goes down to the ground. Lewis is trying to work something on him, and he gets it again as Shank just almost gives up and lays down on the mat, and Lewis will just jump on his back and get the 2 more points, taking a 15-3 lead with 8 seconds here remaining in the second round.
My goodness, Mekhi Lewis, he's just so quick on his feet.
He is so quick. We saw that amazing match with him yesterday against Ohio State,
of course,
coming down to the wire.
Last night, Mekhi Lewis taking down a battle of the top 6s. Mekhi Lewis, number 4 in the country, taking on number 6 Ethan Smith, took him down with a decision of 6-3.
And obviously, Mekhi Lewis was ranked number 1 before his injury last year. He's looking to go back to that number 1 spot, return to the NCAAs, and try to get another national championship here for this tech wrestling program.
Shank starts on the bottom, and Lewis going to cut him loose again.
Shank has 4 points, all from escape. Lewis has 15. 2 minutes and 42 seconds of riding time for Lewis.
A couple of takedowns and a near fall.
As 2 more will be rewarded for Lewis. And it's not even look like he's trying for the takedown. It's just like Shank's going down and Lewis is hopping on top of him. And it'll be 17-4.
He's going to let him back up again.
Lets him up again. 12-point lead. As Lewis is dominant. And he's just trying to do the same thing he has
so
again.
Fast.
As he is trying again. And that's 2 more points. Exact same thing we've been seeing. Exact same thing we've been seeing. Looks like he'll just let him up again. He's going to go for that tech fall. As the score is now 19-6. He knows all he has to do is go for him, and Shank almost just lets him have it.
And 3 minutes of riding time, too.
3 minutes of riding time.
Still 1:05 to go.
Lewis is trying to get that tech fall right here. Shank goes down. Lewis is trying to stay the move on him. He's turning it, and he got the tech fall. Lewis with an absolutely dominant performance right there. Shake had nothing for the previous national champion, and that was some of the most lopsided wrestling I've ever seen.
Wow. Just so athletic, so strong, so quick is Mekhi Lewis. What can you do to stop him?
Absolutely nothing.
So the tech fall for Lewis, and that pushes the Virginia Tech team advantage 21-6.
And might we add, Lewis only has 4 losses in his college career. He's insanely good. 38 wins going into this year. Has 5 this year now. 6 this year now. And he is just a different level than these other guys out here.
And coming up next, who we got?
We got 184, Hunter Boland versus Jaquan Anderson. That one that we pointed out before the broadcast that it could be very pivotal, as Jaquan, he had a great performance against Belmont Abbey, didn't he?
That he did. Against Belmont Abbey, did Jaquan Anderson with the technical fall, 17-2 over Connor Billingsley of Belmont Abbey. But he's got some pretty stiff competition ahead of him. He's going up against one of the number 9 guys in the country.
Yeah, that's Hunter Boland. We saw yesterday what he did, the man from Ohio State. Took a dominant win yesterday.
With a 7-1 decision over number 21 Rocky Jordan of the Buckeyes.
Yeah, yesterday, Boland, he just got on top and he just never let go as he just dominated the whole time. Obviously, looking to do that again today. It's be an interesting matchup. We'll truly see how good one of Gardner-Webb's better wrestlers are. As you can feel the energy in here now after that win by Mekhi Lewis.
And still nowhere near the crowd that showed out for that top 10 showdown last night, but still a fair amount of the Hokie faithful here. A couple of folks making the trip up from Gardner-Webb. Some of them I believe you know, my friend.
I do. Coming up in the heavyweight class, I went to high school with the heavyweight from Gardner-Webb. I'm not from too far away from here, so obviously a lot of guys from my hometown came up here to watch today, and I'm sure it'll be loud in here for that match. Right now at 184, number 9 Hunter Boland versus Jaquan Anderson.
You want to talk about a dominating performance. One of the dominating performances we saw last night was Hunter Boland.
I'll tell you, that was one tidbit you take away from this Virginia Tech team was last night was Hunter Boland. That's like something we mentioned in the pregame. It's something worth talking about. Jaquan Anderson, last year he went 7-1, I believe. Career record of 14-11.
Meanwhile, Hunter Boland, a 2-time NCAA All-American, 3-time NCAA qualifier.
Boland placed 7th last year in the nation.
Was also a 2020 ACC champion.
As Boland goes for a quick shot, already has the leg of Anderson. As he is stretching him out, he is in full splits.
He's going to take out.
Boland's just standing there, and Anderson
jumping.
is in a full split in the air, and Boland gets that easy 2, as there is nothing you can do right there if you're Anderson and your legs are that far apart.
Boland just swiped for that right leg so early and got Anderson off balance.
Didn't even have a chance to introduce them, really. We didn't really say they were getting started, and they were going.
And going to get a potentially dangerous move from Anderson.
Scores 2-0. Boland on top of 15 seconds of riding time.
And Boland, again, like after we saw last night, I don't think you even bother to let him up like Mekhi Lewis and try and get those takedown points. Just ride it out.
Yeah, he's trying to ride him out a little bit right here. We'll have to see if he just lets him up or what's he doing.
No,
and it
he's
looks
making
like
no move to let him up.
It looks like he will just try to ride as he has Anderson all the way against the mat. Looks similar as he does yesterday. Oh, he's trying to go for the quick pin.
Oh,
he's trying. It
had
is
for
close.
1 second.
It is close. Ref has not called it yet. Boland just needs a little bit more. It looks like Anderson is giving up.
Just every time he has him near it, Anderson just makes the slightest bit of movement to stave it off.
And that'll be a 2-point near fall for Bolin. He had him so close to down, but he didn't quite get it. As obviously those 2 points will be big.
And already over a minute of riding time here for Bolin.
And this is the exact same kind of wrestling that Bolin did yesterday. He's not doing the same thing as Mckay today, letting him up. He is doing the same. He's sticking to his guns, sticking to his ways, as just getting on top and not letting up. As he tries to take him to his back again, he has him close once again. Anderson just can't make a move.
Just one more second would have done it.
4-point near fall for Bolin, and Bolin will take an 8-0 lead 2 minutes into this match as Anderson trying to get up, and he finally will after a minute 36, and Bolin will have an 8-1 lead.
Dominant.
Number 9 in the nation for a reason. As Bolin will get 2 for a takedown. As that looks similar to the last match, it looked like Anderson just kind of gave up.
And Bolin, he really wants that pin.
He does. He's going on his back again.
Somersault move.
And he's getting some back points right here. He almost has it, and almost. The fans won it.
Has Anderson's both legs of Anderson in the air for a minute.
He won. He's on top. I don't see how Anderson escaped this, but he does. And he will get 4 more points and have a 14-1 lead and a 14-2 lead with the escape by Anderson at the end of that first round. And holy cow.
14 points in round 1 for Hunter Bolin. My goodness.
Tech is looking for another Tech fall right here, as I don't think we mentioned they have a 21-6 lead now in overall team points, which I think that's irrelevant at this point. It's just going to be the matter how much Tech wins by. Bolin goes for it, has his legs again, takes him down and gets a 16-2 lead.
And just adding to that riding time.
Now, if you're Bolin, I assume he's trying to get him back to his back, get the final back points, and get out of here. And he has him, he's got his right leg bending it all the way forward. I can't imagine that feels good, and he's down. That should do it, whether it be a pin or Tech fall. As Anderson has just gave up.
Still looking.
He might get the pin. All he has to do is let Anderson up, and he gets the win. But he wants the pin, and he will get up, and that will be the match. Another Tech fall. This time a little bit different from the last one. A lot of back points in this one, and that was excellent wrestling there by Bolin. As Anderson, the one we thought would be giving Bolin a match, had nothing.
Anderson had the Tech fall against Belmont Abbey, but Hunter Bolin, by the same score too, 17-2. And that pushes the Virginia Tech advantage 26-6 as we move on to the 184 class. And it'll be Dakota Howard for Virginia Tech, who lost in decision 3-2 yesterday to number 24 of Ohio State, Gavin Hoffman. And Howard gave Hoffman all he could handle.
Absolutely. Howard, he had a tough match for him, potentially for the win for the Hokies. At 197, starting up here, we got Dakota Howard for Virginia Tech, Anthony Pierney for Gardner-Webb, redshirt senior for Pierney.
I believe it's P. Ryan.
P. Ryan. Excuse me.
P. Ryan victorious for Gardner-Webb. Again over Belmont Abbey against Logan Branham. It's an 8-4 decision, but
as Howard will throw him to the ground and get the 2 points after both of them has been aggressive earlier in this first round.
P. Ryan, a redshirt senior out of Sagamore Hills, Ohio.
As he is just working up the riding time right now. Similar move that Bolin had last round, got his leg up, just trying to twist him up back onto his back.
Similar move that we saw Bolin use against Anderson. Pirine in 2018 went 12-8 over on the year.
As he will finally get up.
Howard just lets him up there.
After 46 seconds of ride time, Howard has a 2-1 advantage over Pirine. As Pirine gets the 2 points for a takedown, and they will go out of bounds right before Howard can get the escape. Howard last year came third in the ACC championship, got that automatic bid to the 2021 NCAA tournament. Only went 5-7 last year, but that was his first season wrestling, starting for Virginia Tech.
He's going to try to bridge to get out of it here.
He's trying. He's trying everything he can. He's fighting hard, but Pirine's just not letting go as he is going down on his back. And Pirine will get 2 back points right there as the score will go up to 5-2. And Howard will get the escape. 5-3 now. Advantage Gardner-Webb.
Riding time still favoring Howard, though.
As Howard takes a shot. No good. Still all locked up with 25 seconds remaining here in this first round. They exerted a lot of energy beginning of the first round. Now they're just kind of not taking too many shots. Howard took a couple. Pirine's just defended. As they will let loose with 5 seconds left, and I don't believe anything's going to happen right here. End of the first round, 5-3, advantage Pirine of Gardner-Webb. Howard for Virginia Tech. Howard deferred. Pirine's taking the bottom position. Pirine's working his way up slowly, and he gets that 1-point escape. It'll now be 6-3. Advantage Gardner-Webb. They're all knotted up again near the center of the mat.
It's interesting. Still riding time in favor of Howard.
Surprising because he's only had 1 takedown, but he rode it out for a little bit. He runs more just kind of getting the points, try to get the back points, and which Howard took that early, 46 seconds towards the riding time. As they are both taking shots now, both defending. Howard taking a shot, no good, and they will just be right back up, entangled at the center of the mat as Howard is trying to get that leg of Pirine, but he will not let it happen.
And Pirine, just great technique. Great positioning with his legs there to just stave off any shots taken by Howard.
Howard trying once again. He has a hold of his legs, taking him down, and he will get the 2-point takedown. He would now only be down 1, 6-5, as he kind of looked up at the scoreboard, and I think he wants to ride out for the rest of this round.
Man, you could hear felt the court shake on that one.
Yeah, that was some serious throw right there by Howard. That's a strong man.
If Howard can ride this out, he'll go over a minute of riding time.
That looks like it's going to be tough because Pirine is trying. Howard's just holding on for dear life. He's trying to get that up there. You can tell that he wants the ride time. Keep looking at the scoreboard. He only has to hold on for 5 more seconds to hold it up above 1 minute. He still has a hold. Still don't have the escape, and the time will go above a minute as Pirine nearly escapes, but he pushes him out of bounds just in the nick of time. 7 seconds remaining in the round. 1:01 riding time for Howard as he will start right back on top at center of the mat. As they look exhausted right now.
And just barely getting out in the nick of time was Howard to avoid the escape.
As Howard just hold on to his leg to not let him get the 1-point escape. Nearly got the 1-point escape. But Howard just hung on for dear life to ride the round out. as Howard will start at the bottom.
And it looks like Howard also got a stalling warning right before the clock expired, as Howard chooses neutral position to start round 3 here. He wants the takedown.
Of course, he also don't want the riding time to go against him, but they're all knotted up. He's going to have to make a play. Obviously, the riding time favoring Howard right now. It would send it into overtime if nothing happens. With a minute 35 remaining in this first round. But I would believe that something's going to happen right here. Someone's going to get a takedown and win this match. As both of them are trying. Piron's got Howard's leg. Howard's pushing him off. Piron's got it. Howard's just trying to push him off still, as he does not want to get that takedown, as that would be fatal for Howard. He believes he may be stalling.
How about the strong work by Perrine? Howard signaling just anyone got a crowbar,
He
and
rolled
that's
around.
definitely a dangerous move.
And that's a dangerous move, as he just tried to, like, alligator roll that leg of Howard.
Took the words right out of mouth, partner. It looks like you ever seen an alligator take a bite out of something, goes into that death roll.
That's exactly what he just did. He just did that death roll right on his leg, and you can't be doing that, as he almost had the takedown, but
That was
dangerous move. Resets him in the middle with 50 seconds remaining in this third round.
Good call by the officials there.
Absolutely. Piron will take a shot, and Howard will reverse it on him as Piron was on the ground. Howard would take the 2-point takedown, now leading 7-6, a minute 16 riding time and counting, as that riding time could win him this match. As he just returns him to the mat, he's just riding it out. 27 seconds remaining.
We were talking about how quick Mekhi Lewis was earlier. How about Howard using every bit of what's left in the tank to make that quick move there?
And he will get that 1-point escape, all knotted up at 7-7. However, Howard has the advantage in riding time, so Piron's going to have to do something quick, as he nearly does. And Howard will get another takedown.
What a reaction by Howard.
As he got the 2 takedowns off Piron, just trying to take him down, missing, and just jumping on his back, just like Lewis did a couple rounds ago. Dakota Howard taking this round 10-7.
Yeah, 9-7. Tack on the extra 1 for the riding time. And just what an amazing reaction by Howard. Saw Piron going for his legs there, going for broke. And then Howard going for broke, using every last bit of energy he could muster to get the takedown.
Junkyard dog, as they call him around here. Playing who lets the dog out. Very, very fitting. As we move on to our final match of the day, Nathan Traxler versus Payton Mccomas, my friend. Traxler last night had a chance to win it for the Hokies, unfortunately could not.
Stanford transfer gave it all he had, looking for his first win at Virginia Tech.
Looking for his first win at Cassell as he made his debut last night. And just an electric matchup last night. We cannot talk about that enough.
And not enough drama coming down to this last one as there was last night, but still, very great wrestling we've seen from both squads today.
Absolutely. Gardner-Webb has looked like a great program matching up against this top 10 program. It's just Virginia Tech obviously has great wrestlers.
And your good buddy Payton Mccomas victorious again over Belmont Abbey
against
Justin Wright.
As they won every match last time except that 57. Like I said earlier, they had a little bit of injury problems. They've been trying out different guys at that position. Traxler ranked 14th on Intermat, his first year at Virginia Tech, 4-time qualifier for the NCAA tournament, won the 2019 Pac-12 championship. Redshirt senior, as you said. Payton Mccomas, true freshman. As we are taking a little bit of a break here, waiting for this one to start before the last matchup of the day, and what a great day of wrestling, like we have said already.
Yeah, Gardner-Webb, they came in with a bit of a chip on their shoulder today, knowing that they're probably not going to be favored against a big-time Virginia Tech program, but they've had their moments tonight, and I think they have a good season ahead of them.
Absolutely. After getting out of some of these bigger matchups, in the SoCon Conference, they definitely can make a splash, and some of these guys will be appearing in the NCAA tournament just as well as these Virginia Tech guys will be getting those bids from the SoCon as Tech will from the ACC. Maybe some of these guys will meet in the NCAA tournament later this year.
And these two programs that are familiar with each other, haven't played in a duel such as this since 2014, but Grambling State has traveled and competed against Virginia Tech in various invitationals and open competitions.
Virginia Tech leading Gardner-Webb all time, 9-0.
Today's the 10th all-time meeting between them.
Yes, as nothing could get the win for Gardner-Webb now. Virginia Tech leading 29-6 as they will head to the center of the mat. And let's get underway for the final matchup of the day, Traxler versus Mccomas. All locked up. Traxler's trying to get a win under his belt after an unfortunate loss last night that could have been for the win for the Hokies. Mccomas, true freshman for this Gardner-Webb team, trying to get something going for him.
So two new guys for both programs in their own right.
I'll tell you, this is a heavyweight matchup, but both guys a little undersized of that 285. As they are just all knotted up 40 seconds into this match. Really no shots so far. Traxler will try a little something, but Mccomas just defends him perfectly.
What a move by Traxler.
Traxler just turned Mccomas around and got right onto his back. He got the 2-point takedown.
And Traxler sat on the mat to get positioning for that move.
It almost looked like earlier, turning defense to the offense, except that was just pure offense as he is trying to turn Mccomas on his back and get this quick victory. And he is close to it, getting the back points. Getting 2 back points right there. Taking it up to 4-0. Still riding Mccomas. Up to 35 seconds of ride time for Traxler.
Traxler just building up on that riding time, which we've seen has been pretty crucial today for wrestlers of both squads.
Absolutely. Made a decision in the last matchup. It did earlier, sending it into overtime. Now he's just adding it up here in this first round as not a lot's really happening. It seems like Mccomas doesn't really have anything for Traxler right now as he is just laying on the mat, and Traxler trying to turn him over once again, trying to get some more back points, possibly the pin. As he will get a couple back points. He nearly has him. Nearly.
He has him completely on his back.
Completely on his back. The ref is not calling it, and that will be a pin for Nathan Traxler over Payton Mccomas to end this day for the overall score of 35-6 final for Virginia Tech, as that was our first pin of the day.
No, it was our second.
Oh, second. My apologies. I forgot about the one. It's been a long 2 hours of wrestling.
Hey. You start with a pin, you end with a pin.
Absolutely. And, just what great wrestling today. It's been a pleasure.
And Nathan Traxler getting his first win under his belt as Virginia Tech. And Grambling State didn't go their way, but they came out, they competed, and they fought hard.
Absolutely. They fought hard. They got a couple wins under their belt as they have an interesting season to get for them. Having NC State next week, a highly ranked ACC team like we mentioned. What's next for Virginia Tech?
Virginia Tech, they got a fairly earned break before they go on the road to Columbus, Missouri, where they'll face both the University of Northern Illinois and Missouri University, two programs that Virginia Tech has faced a couple times, and two programs that are splendid at wrestling.
It'll be exciting to see what the Hokies can do with that after a dominating performance by them today. As for us at 3304 Sports, this is Ethan Owens alongside me, Aidan Butler. Have a good day.